Oh, gosh, why does it do that? It's up though, so that's good.
Hello. Yeah, I would just post the link or whatever in the discussion thread. Oh yeah, you got it. No worries.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday Night Thunder, presented by Simbox and Contrell's Market at Daytona International Speedway. With me today is going to be myself, Joshua Sobel, and Tim Hammond. How are you doing today, Tim?
I'm great. I'm really excited, Josh, because tonight we're with the National Sim Racing Association, and we're taking it back to 1987.
Yeah, it's going to be a 70-lap race here at Daytona tonight. It's going to be interesting. In the 1987s, we are using the smooth track this time around, which is a little bit easier for these cars, but you're still going to be fighting it around the corners as well, too, especially with, I do believe last I counted we had over 30 drivers sitting on the rankings here.
Yeah, and I also want to point out that I heard that there are no fast repairs tonight, but after our race last night, these cars are like tanks. You can get them back out on the track, keep going in there, get them fixed, and don't give up, because these things are built, I mean, as Chevy's old symbol was, like a rock.
Yeah, it's like a really fast boat, and not like a speedboat, like the biggest yacht you can think of that can go 212 miles an hour.
That is probably the best explanation I've ever heard for these vehicles, because we were on the Legacy Daytona, and it's very bumpy. We're going to be a little smoother tonight, but they aren't going to be sliding around either way, so it's going to be interesting to see how this race plays out.
Yeah, we are just in the middle of practice. They do have about 6 minutes of practice left as well, too, so we are going to go through some info on the track. As we mentioned before, we are at Daytona International Speedway, 2.5 mile long track. Track temps tonight are going to be around 79 degrees. Of course, Daytona Beach. The weather for today's race is looking like 77-degree air temp with 2 mile per hour winds, 1% humidity, and partly cloudy. So it's going to be pretty cool tonight, so it's going to be quite grippy for these cars.
Which these cars, these are unrestricted. So back in the 80s, these cars could go as fast as they wanted. I mean, Bill Elliott broke a lot of records back then, and they'll probably be doing about, I don't know, 210-ish?
Yeah, I do believe by themselves, you hit like 208, 209 going into the turns, front stretch to back stretch. But when you're in the draft, you're looking at upwards of almost 220 in these cars. So for the first time, like, you will be lifting. which is weird to say at Daytona because at a track that in a cup car you can basically full throttle it all the way around, these cars handle a lot differently, so you will see some guys lifting, and they're going to be lifting quite a bit.
Yeah, and that you really have to check up, because also with the 87 cars comes the 87 rules. Your restarts are going to be single file, lapped cars to the inside, and I mean, a lot of us, shoot, I wasn't born for the 87 cars, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I would love to see how these things were in their prime back in the day. Before this race started, I kind of messed around and watched a couple of races back in '87 just to kind of get an understanding. And man, it is a totally different beast. But they're one of my favorite cars. I hands down love these cars more than I thought I would.
Yeah, you really, with these vehicles, you're really fighting the steering wheel the entire race, the entire way around the track. In the tri-oval, you're still trying to get it down in there, but you're constantly sliding. You could go to the inside to pass a guy, and as you get around him, your car starts just push into that high line, and it gets very dangerous when you get into live traffic.
Now, you're probably used to us broadcasting in different leagues, so this is a new league for us as well too. So we are excited to get the opportunity to broadcast tonight's race. Again, it is presented by Simbox and Controls Market. There's going to be a lot of drivers in tonight's field. Like I said, there's going to be about 30 people, so we might butcher some names. We apologize in advance, but I do want to give a huge shout out to NSRA for giving us the opportunity to do this. So I am definitely looking forward to tonight's race.
You know, Josh, I didn't even think about butchering names until you brought that up, so I appreciate making me nervous.
Looks like we're rounding out about 2 minutes to go here in practice. We are just going to kind of go through the field and see what guys are taking the opportunity to practice here, kind of get used to the cars and everything else. Looks like the 48 Matt Cherry is throwing down some laps right now, currently sitting 13th in practice. Qualifying is going to be interesting to see because I'm used to Legacy Daytona in these cars, and I'm not sure with this track. I did run a couple of laps around this track earlier today, and it felt a lot better. I think the Legacy track, personally for me, is a lot better just because like you're really fighting the wheel, so it almost makes you feel like you're back in '87 in these cars with the way they handle.
Right.
So smooth Daytona will be interesting to see if that low line will work out as well as I think it will.
I thought about installing a fan down by my feet, just like they have in these cars.
Just to get the real feel of what's happening here.
Right. I didn't know their feet were sweating that bad they had to have a fan down there.
Definitely interesting. It looks like we only have one rookie in the field. Chip Hansen in the 87 car, sporting that Mountain Dew theme. He is the only rookie in tonight's field, so we'll keep an eye on him and see how he does. But yeah, we got a huge group here, man. 30 cars.
And a lot of nice paint schemes. I really like Bill Edwards' number 50 paint scheme. Kind of like that. A lot of different colors on there.
Yeah,
it just looks really nice under the lights.
Little rainbowy going on. Kind of nice, actually. I thought the 27 was trying to give him a little blow over there for a second.
I did too. Get it out of the way now.
Yeah, they get loose off these turns. That's the thing that's crazy. What you'll probably see amongst these drivers, like I said before, in the draft, they will have to lift going into the turns. It's weird because when the back end slides out of these things, by the time you realize what's happening, it's almost too late.
Yeah, but you can save these things. You have a lot of leeway in that wheel. You really can control this car, and that's how I've seen it. There were so many times that I thought there was going to be a caution in these cars, and as they catch that traffic, that was close. But you can catch these cars and get them back under control and fall back in line and get going.
All right, so it looks like practice is finishing up here. Let's got going on in qualifying. See if anybody's going to be going out. Like we have Ben Adams is getting ready to go out. Chip Hansen, the rookie of the field right now, is going out for his lap right now. Got Andrew Himmelman in the number 4 car. I do want to ride around with one of these guys to see what kind of lane they take here. Tyler Farrell in the 77. Let's ride around with him. See how fast he can get this car going here. Look at those shoes, man. What nice little pink shoes.
Goes well with the car.
So this is probably something you'll see with a lot of guys too that qualify. They always take the high line around the track to kind of get the tires warmed up and ready to go, and then that's when they really send it. So we're already almost hitting 200 miles going into turn 1. Probably going to hit like 203 going into this turn here. Yeah, right at 203. So he's going to take the low line going around here, maybe just a little bit off of it. So in a way, from what I used to at Legacy Daytona, it's about the same line. Just really, not really, just a lot less bumpier.
Yes. Which you really can hold that line here when they're going 2 or sometimes 3 wide. It's a little loose there coming off the 4.
Catches the apron just a little bit, but that is one way you're going to want to do this. Let's see what kind of time he gets here. Looks like he got a 44.975. So
second.
Yeah, so that's a good time. So typically what you'll see here, 44.7 is considered quick. Like that's considered top notch, like top of the line top times right there. 44.9 is about average, honestly. That's about what you'll see with most of these guys. And as we're seeing right here, let's go board. Travis White has not qualified yet. He's just sitting on pit road. Looks like the car is off. But yeah, what you'll see here is a lot of these guys are running 44.9s. We got a couple 44.9s. We got a 44.8.
Got a 44.7.
Yeah, 44. Yep, 44.7. Mitchell Adams right here.
Oh, JT Poole gets a 44.72. Just outdoes Mitchell Adams. Let's see if I can go to Mitchell Adams, see if he's still... he is finished with his lap time.
Nice, yeah, so he's finishing up here. JT Poole's sitting pole right now on 44.725. Do have a few guys left. Let's take a look at Christopher Darling. Look like he's out yet. Nope, sitting on pit road. Got Michael Brown in the 45. Looks like he completed his first lap, putting him in 19th place with a 45.165. Let's see if he can do better here on his second lap.
I know we're in the broadcast, Josh, but quick just thing for you. Share your screen on Discord.
Oh, gotcha. My bad, dude.
No, I've been trying to get your attention. You're so focused.
There you go. So we got Brown coming across the line here. Let's see if he does better than a 45.1. He does. He does a 45.061. Not quite a whole lot, but does give him another spot up into 18th. Zach Howell has not qualified. Travis White still on pit road. Doug Neal in the 33 is also on pit road. So it looks like these guys, unfortunately, are not going to have enough time to qualify here.
They could be playing the back of the pack strategy.
Well, Christopher Darling did go out on track because it recorded him with a 38.243. And maybe he was trying to come back and start his lap over, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to get anything done. So we're going to have 7 people that did not qualify. So they will start near the back, and our as we get gridded here. Good. So what are you excited to see in tonight's race? Like I said, we got a lot of new guys. This is our first time seeing them race, so I don't know too many of these guys off the top of my head. But if you had to pick somebody, who would you go for? Who do you think's got it?
Who am I gonna go for? Wow, you're gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with. Let's see. I almost want to go with my favorite card number, but he's starting last.
69.
But he is taking the same strategy that I would take at starting the back of the pack. So I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to pick David Visser for tonight's race.
I think I'm going to try to go like midfield here. Maybe
That's
the 50. Risky. Maybe the 50 of Bill Edwards. I mean, he's in 10th spot, so like a third of the way back. I just like that car.
Yeah, that car is really nice.
I'm simply going off of just cars right now.
Just waiting for the guys to get ready to roll off here.
All right, we'll go ahead and the grid for today, starting in row 1, we got JT Poole in the number 9 and J. Mitchell Adams in the 49.
And in row 2, we've got Andrew Himmelman in the number 4 and Ben Adams in the number 5.
Row 3, we got Matt Cherry in the 48, Jeff Wyatt in the 86.
And row 4, we've got Tyler Farrell. Sorry about that, Tyler. In the number 77, and Stan Hossman in the 39.
Row 5, we got Monty Glover, in the number 10, Bill Edwards in the 50.
And row 6, we've got Jeff Price in the 14, and Ron Givo in the 17.
We got Colin Olery in the 62, and Trevor Shaw in the 27, row 7.
And in row 8, we've got Ben Mashburn in the 24, and Ronald Sirline in the 91.
Row 9, we got Paul Bilson in the 51 and Michael Brown in the 45.
Row 10, we've got Chip Hansen in the 87 and Cody Wise in the 25.
We got Doug Milliner in the number 6 and Michael Mooney in the 88.
And in row 12, Paul Allen in the 42.
And the pace truck is about to go off here. We are about to go racing, boys.
Josh, I think I chose a car. Oh, there he is. Okay, I think I chose a car that wasn't in the race.
JT Poole is going to lead these guys out of here going into turn 1. The 49 of Adams is going to fall right behind him. And we're going to see, we might see some things going on now. The lines here are going to be a lot different than you're used to in like the Cup Series. Oh, we already got an accident.
Oh,
86 is involved. Jeff Wyatt and the number 5 are getting together.
Oh, through the inside wall.
No caution out.
They're off the track, so I think that's the reason there's no caution.
Gotcha. Yeah, All right, so as those boys recollect themselves, JT Poole crosses the line. He's gonna have his first lap there. And the nice thing about his car, my paint scheme for my car is the 21.
Yeah, you know, I saw that and I was like, is he driving Josh's paint scheme?
I might have to change my pick just because of the fact that I have that same scheme, just obviously branded different for my league. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go for JT Poole right now, honestly, in the 21. Look a little further back here, go back to 10th and see what we got going on. Ben Mashburn in the 24 underneath Bill Edwards in that number 50 spot there. Guys are probably filling out the track. I know some guys, from what I've seen in Discord, haven't drove too often in these cars. So there's probably a couple of guys that are still kind of filling out, see how these cars are actually reacting to the track. As they're starting to bunch up in the
something
top
else, Josh, that
five.
we need to point out. I forgot about this. In 87, the yellow line rule did not apply.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So crossing below the yellow line at this track, you can do that. That's completely legal here. And another thing you will end up seeing if a caution does come out, you will see the lapped cars will be on the inside row, and the remaining drivers will actually be on the outside row. That's something that's completely different as well too. I actually like it.
Oh yeah, it's funny because when I was first racing, I totally forgot about those rules, and so I'm like, why are we not lining up double file? You know.
And we're on board here with Adams. Looking at the back there, 77's peeking in. He's gonna stay there, but they're bunched up like crazy behind him. Looks like he's going on the inside of the 48 of Matt Cherry there.
But I'm not nervous. They're all driving very clean and subtle at the same time. Just
Yeah,
running
absolutely.
their race. And we just crossed for lap 4. Oh,
Yeah, Adams is taking Adams took the lead there. JT Poole's moved back 2 spots. Got a little train going on the low end there. Some guys are trying to get that high line working.
Caution flag is out.
I heard it. Where is it?
I don't know. I'm looking.
Oh, it looks like the 45 of Michael Brown went around.
Are you over here trying to rhyme, Josh?
Not at all. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and take a look at the replay here and see what happened. Alright, 45, he's already there. Oh, looks like he just got loose. Oh, man. Gets loose in turn 1 and 2 and smacks the inside wall there. Taking a nice little trip through the grass.
Hefty damage.
Yeah, it doesn't look like... I don't think anybody else was involved there.
So my my early pick looks like he's got some damage too. He is in the pits, 1 lap down, has some severe back damage.
So we got a self-spin in turn 1 and 2 with a 45 of Michael Brown. Probably blew her up real good, smacking that outside wall. I want to say they have 1 fast repair. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think if I looked, it did say they had 1 fast repair tonight.
Did they? Okay.
I do believe so. It looks like the leaders are going to be coming to pit road here. Not going to waste any time.
Looks like the 42 was given a black flag. Not sure what for yet. I believe there was some stuff going on under caution. I was hearing the radio chat if they were wrecking under caution or something.
All right, let's see here. We got Adams in the pits, Himmelman, Cherry, Poole, Farrell, and Adams is going to beat out the 21 of Poole. Couple of guys coming in. Looks like possibly the whole field's coming in for some tires.
Something I do not know, and I'll find out, Josh, for this series. iRacing implemented something new this season with the amount of tires that you can use at a racetrack.
Yeah, now for these, you have the starting tires on the car, and you get an extra set. Now, the cool thing with that extra set is that you can either do 2 sides separately from one another, or you can take all 4 at once. But if you take all 4 at once, that's it.
Gotcha. Can't throw the old ones on?
No, I can't throw the old ones on, but if you want to take right sides twice, you can definitely do that. That's legal here. But I don't know many people that would take just rights, honestly. Depends on the track, but 4 tires is always typically going to be the way to go.
Daytona and Talladega, I would take those right sides. But anywhere else, I would need those 4.
All right, so we'll look at the top 5 as they lay 7 laps in. We got Andrew Himmelman in the number 4 sitting first, 49 of Mitchell Adams in second. JT Poole in that number 9 sitting third. We got Colin Olery, correct me if I'm wrong there, in the 62. And then Ben Mashburn in the 24 is going to round out the top 5. The first caution of the night. How many more are we going to have?
8. How many are we going to have? I'm going to say we're going to have 5.
5. Okay.
5 cautions.
I feel you on that. I would say probably 5 or 6. We'll see how these guys chug along as we get longer green flag runs in. Now, stating before, you can see the 86 on the left side of your screen there. He is the lap car. So, like I said before, you will see him sitting on the inside for those that may have just tuned in and have no idea what the hell is going on. He will sit on the inside there, which is nice because it gives him that opportunity to kind of fight to get that lap back. There were no lucky dogs in 87, so you will see no lucky dogs here.
And the pace car lights are off, so everybody on the lead lap is going to be in that long line you see on that outside. And it does look like the 86 has some damage to his right front, so it is going to be difficult for him to get that lap back. But nonetheless, he's going to give it all he can with that Kool-Aid on the front. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I had to. I see the Kool-Aid, man. I had to.
I don't blame you. Pace truck is off. Andrew Himmelman is getting ready for the restart. They are off, and green flag is in the air. He got a crazy good restart. Adams left in the dust just a bit, has that lap car on the low end of him right there going into turn 1. Luckily, most of the guys I come across, I say most, don't, you know, they do a pretty good job of giving you room when you're a lap car. The way that it's set up now is kind of interesting. So I feel like some of the lap cars freak out and don't know what to do.
It is very difficult because, especially in his position where he has damage, personally, I like to be on the outside, let the leaders go on the inside, because when you're on that inside, you kind of can slide up and push up into that outside lane. So if I'm on the outside, if you hit me, it's not my fault.
Yeah. JT Poole in the 21 following behind Adams there in the 49. Let me see what he's doing. Adams is going to try to make a run on the inside. Poole's going to go with him going into turn 1. Not enough speed to clear, but he might have a run coming off of turn 2 here. We'll see what Andrew in the 4 has for him off the churn. Might get a decent run. Honestly, with 60 laps to go, really, I would probably just hunker down, find a spot, try not to risk it for the biscuit. So,
risk it for the biscuit. I like that one.
JT, sorry. I'm looking at Poole and Adams. J. Mitchell Adams here in the 49s. Gonna try to look. But Andrew Himmelman in the 4 is just gonna keep running with this thing.
I do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Simbox and Cantrell's Market. Looks like they have gas, meals, drinks, snacks. They've got it all. So if you're ever in Tennessee, make sure you stop on by there and get some snacks.
Man, I would actually love to go to Tennessee. I am tired of this weather in Florida.
I'm going to have to second that motion because it's hot. And you see these guys in a pack, they're running about. Adams is doing 2. Oh, we've got a caution. Not sure what happened yet.
Maybe.
What's the field looking? See smoke? I don't see a person. Oh, that's just somebody.
Yeah. take a look and see here who caused that one. Like Poland.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Have the replay.
Buddy, yeah, let's go ahead and try to look around here with the replay.
Looks like they're all driving good. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't see.
Cody Wise is in the pit, so let's take a look at him.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. So it does look like Cody Wise was involved in this caution here. This again, another thing that you're going to see is he's going to go into turn 1 here, and he's going to get real loose. Hits the apron, takes the 21 with him. Darling is involved in that. 25 is involved in that. And like I stated before, these cars, they just get away from you. Right on board with him and see what went down here. Maybe the smoke in front of him freaked him out, I'm not 100% sure.
That could be. And that will get you.
Darling got the worst of it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There's nowhere he could go. He's just following in behind. Yeah, the 25 Cody Wise there, and
he checks up a little bit, and
just
you know, it
almost cleared it.
When they drop oil on the track, that's what it almost looked like.
He almost cleared that one. Looks like we got guys in pits. The back of the pack here, got some guys coming off of pits. Yep. Like everybody's going to be taking stops here. I don't think we have.
Right now, looks like Doug Milner has retired from the race in the number 6. Then we've got Jeff Wyatt in the 86 with 2 laps down. Cody Wise 1 lap down. Paul Allen 1 lap down, and Michael Brown 1 lap down. So you will be seeing quite a few cars on that inside line when we come back to green.
So it looks like we do. Oh, whoa! Someone is wrecking in the back there.
Oh,
4 of Andrew Himmelman. I'm not sure what just happened there. He took himself out?
Yeah, watch it. Oh, he just went straight into that outside wall.
Take a look here. Okay, he... Oh, is that a blown engine?
I think so.
I think Andrew might have blew an engine before impact. That's interesting. I'm not sure what that's about. We do have, it looks like we have four people that didn't pit. Your leader JT Poole in the number 21, Tyler Farrell in the 77, Michael Mooney in the 88, and Ron Giovo. Not sure if I'm saying that right, but
we'll get it eventually.
Yeah, Ron Giovo in the 17. So our top 4 did not pit. And the pace lights are off on the truck here, so we will be going green as they come out of turn 2. And if you look around the field, we got a lot of Monte Carlos. Looks like we have a lot of guys that support that that Dale Earnhardt make back in the 87s. We only have like 5 Thunderbirds in the field tonight. Everyone keeps telling me the Thunderbirds feel different than the Monte Carlos. Obviously, you know, with the way iRacing is, I doubt it. And I don't know if it's just the way the car looks, because it's shaped a little differently than the Monte Carlos. The Monte Carlo's got that wider body. But a lot of guys are saying that the Thunderbirds actually feel a little different.
I believe, well, what I was reading, when you look at the specs for the Monte Carlo and the specs for the Thunderbird, I think the Thunderbird is a little bit lighter than the Monte Carlo.
Ah, interesting.
So that would make sense if that is true. I'll never know because I never buy all the vehicles.
Yeah.
I would just go with the one make that I'm going to run, and that's it.
All right, well, JT Poole is going to take the green flag, gets a great restart. 77, Tyler Farrell is going to have to mess around with lap traffic here in front of him.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Scared me there.
False alarm. I'm so sorry.
I was like, dang, just crossed the line and already a caution. But yeah, it looks like 77, Tyler Farrell is going to have to battle the lap car, 86, Jeff White. Man, they are bunched up back here. Let's take a look at this battle going on back here in like 6. Bill Edwards, my pick, sitting in 9th spot right now.
Just gained 2 spots from 17 and 49.
Yeah, Adams looks like he is falling right behind him. He was leading the race early on here. He's fighting to get back up in the top. 27 of Trevor Shaw. Oh, someone just disappeared. Oh, the blinky blinky. 14 to Jeff Price. Hate to see it. Oh. 27 of Shaw there got a little sideways.
That will cost you if you go through the front of somebody's car. That's very nerve-wracking if you're not the one flashing.
We got a battle for the lead up here. Looks like Matt Cherry in the 48 taking a high side, using that lap car for the draft going around. Might actually help him, but now the 86, I do believe he's only 1 lap down, so obviously he is going to try and fight for that position to stay on the lead lap. It's not going to matter too much again without the lucky dogs. Oh my god, the lap car. Oh my. Oh, no. Oh, JT Poole is flying, and so is the 17 of Ron Giovo. Yikes.
I think we do a lot of
massive. That is a massive wreck.
That takes out a good chunk of. He got loose.
Holy moly!
He was getting pushed. It's very difficult to push in these cars, and if the guy in front of you cannot handle it, he will spin.
Yeah, that is rough. Let's take a look at the replay here. This
is gonna be a fun replay. There's a lot of cars to look at.
Yeah, there is quite a bit of cars to look at here. We're right on board with the 21, or sorry, the 21 here.
Yeah, he was in the lead.
And you can see the 86 is on the outside of him as they go through the tri-oval.
Yeah, he doesn't even see it coming.
Yeah, he's just along for the ride.
Is he the one that blows over? No. Oh,
oof, the 17. Oh my. I don't know who that was. The 46 or some. I don't know what that was, but that guy didn't even stop. He just went full blown. Full blown into that. It's like he closed his eyes. I'm not sure what just happened there. Let's look at Ulrich's view here, the 62. See what he sees. This is coming off of turn 4. Cherry and the 48 up there is using a lap car, and lap car. Oh, Cherry. A little bit of net code maybe.
I was just about to say some net code happened there. Oh, the
77 gets a nice little blow over there. And Colin actually does a pretty good job of saving that.
He might be good to go.
The 77 Farrell. Take a look at him. Do this from up high. Yeah, looks like 48 just got in the lap car there. Takes out the 77, gets blown over, and everyone's just along for the ride.
Man, your number 50 is involved.
Yeah, 17.
84, 17, 24.
Ron Giovo.
I think we just want to say the whole field.
Yeah, a good portion of the leaders there. That's unfortunate to see.
So with all of that,
I'm sure. Well, this will answer my question. Go to
it
JT
looks
pool.
like Trevor Shaw is in the lead at the moment.
Trevor Shaw in the 27 is in the lead. So yeah, they do have quick repairs. 21 is fixed back up, but like I said, I want to say they only had one. So that was the big one. Let's hope there's not another one. And unfortunately, that's the cost of using a lap car as a drafting partner. He just could not hold on to it, and unfortunately gets a little sideways and takes out the front of the pack. You hate to see it.
Yeah, especially he was fighting for that lap back. And also, what's interesting about the rules package for 87, where you are when the caution comes out, that is where you are. There's no other scoring loops in the track. It's start-finish line, wherever you were the last time you crossed that line is what you get. So, if you're a lap down and you pass the leader on the backstretch and the caution comes out, you're still a lap down. So it's very different rules than what we're used to in today's modern NASCAR.
Yeah, and the nice thing with the body work on these cars as well too is when you look at damage, a lot of the times if it's not like we'll take the 87 for example here. He's got a decent amount of front end damage on a cup car. That arrow is done. On a lot of these cars I've noticed, even on front end damage, and this is just from personal perspective, my car didn't really seem to handle any differently. Like if you have the damage of what the 87 has of Chip Hansen there on his car. And the nice thing is that even without a quick repair, if you've already used it, Daytona's big enough, you can just go to the pits, you know, get it worked on. You just got to keep in mind now with the quickie cautions being a thing on super speedways, you're basically one to go. I mean, I'm sure after a caution like that, there could have been some delays, but you're typically one to go like next lap around. Once everyone paces up, one to go right there. So it's a lot faster. I think they said that it's like 3 laps under caution is the absolute most with these things.
So it looks like our leader is Trevor Shaw in the 27.
Yeah, Trevor Shaw managed to get through a lot of that.
As we're coming off the turn 4, coming back to the green.
It looks like...
And he gets a buffer between him. He gets the 42, who was a lap down, and the 87.
Yeah, 42, and then, yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't take the inside there.
For some reason, the scoring was telling them to do exactly that. So they did what they were supposed to.
Nice, yeah. Good old iRacing. We got Adams taking, he's in second place, getting around those lap cars like it's nothing. Cullen in the 62 doing the same, trying to get away from all that. You don't want to be in that. But the 21, JT Poole is sitting 4th actually right now. He is using a lap car, number 4 of Andrew Himmelman. He is 3 laps down. He's using him as a way of getting back up there. Let's hope it doesn't bite him in the butt like it did with the 48. Oh, we got somebody around here. The 51, 87, the 88.
51. Is that 84?
Yeah, it was the 88 of Michael Mooney. And it looks like the 87 of Chip Hansen. Now that is a lot of damage.
Net code. I just went back and looked at it. The 14 was on the inside of 87, and just, I want to say about 3 feet of just air and turned him right around.
All right, let's take a look here and see what we got. Right on 88, Mooney on that high line coming off of turn 4. Accidents in front of him. Slows it down quite a bit, just has nowhere to go, runs into the side of the 51, unfortunately just gets caught up in that. I will say, amazing job to everybody else on the low line though. Being able to avoid that. That could have been a lot worse than just 3 cars.
You're right. And we're going to get down to that point where people have used their fast repairs and they're going to have to.
Oh yeah, that was netcode if I've ever seen it. Holy.
Yeah.
Was that the 14 of Jeff Price?
Yes, it was.
That's who was blinking earlier too.
Yeah, so they come off into 3. He dives down low because 87 is a letdown car here.
We're probably gonna lose him here. Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's netcoding something fierce.
What did they call it back in the Xbox days? The regular Xbox? Lag switch?
Lag switch?
That's what, yeah. Got a little switch next to the computer just flipping it when you want to flash.
Well, good news is we've completed 24 laps of our 70. I do believe that was our 3rd caution of the day as well, too.
Yep, and it looks like, I believe this time across the start finish line, they will come to 1 to go.
Take a look at our cautions brought to you by Simbox. 4 cautions in 24 laps. We've done 10 caution laps. We've had 5 lead changes. And the fastest lap of a 43.064 probably doesn't say. All right.
It didn't want to tell us. In case you're just tuning in, you're watching the 87 Throwback Series in the National Sim Racing Association. I want to thank them for bringing us on board to bring you this live action here from Daytona International Speedway. Tonight's event is 70 laps, and you have joined us on lap 24. And it's been an exciting race so far.
Yeah, it's been intense. Like I said, a lot of these guys are still kind of figuring out the cars. Some of them, it's almost their first time running in these things. So just getting a feel for it and seeing how it is. And we've seen a lot of self-spins in most of the cautions. Again, these guys are diving really hard into the corners and not realizing these things don't stick as well as you would expect them to.
Right.
But the majority of them not doing too bad.
No, we just had 2 unfortunate cautions. One was from the 86, trying to get a lap back on the outside, just got touched a little bit. And there was a little net code there, because there was wiggle room, but with net code there was no wiggle room. And the caution we just had was the 14, supposedly Ty Racing getting into the 86 or 87 and spinning him, and that is why we're under our 4th caution at the moment.
Take a look at Trevor Shaw. He's led 7 of the laps currently. Started 14th, so that's a big drive to the front. Dang, that's huge. That main wreck that we had, the big one, as I would like to say for at least Daytona, definitely helped him out a ton getting up there. But sitting first and currently our leader.
Yeah, because now he is going to be our controller coming down to that green flag. And back then they did not have the restart zone. So when you bring it to the green, you're bringing it to the green. Yeah,
as we can see with JT Poole, who was involved in an earlier incident, the 21, he is behind a lap car, number 4 of Andrew Himmelman. So let's see what Himmelman does here on this reset. Christopher Darling, 21. Okay, up in 5th position. Was involved in the big wreck in the end as well too. He's doing well, top 5 right now.
Yep. Looks like he's telling the guy in front of him, come on, get up there, buddy.
All right, pace car is off, and green flag is in the air. Trevor Shaw with a good restart. Mitchell Adams in the 49. Oh, I'm hearing banging and beating in the back there. Go back to this little pack here. JT Poole leading this.
Car straight to that inside line to get around that lapped car of the 4. And now they're going to start their pursuit to those 2 front runners of Shaw and Adams. Sounds like the 86 car is pitting this time. Not sure what happened with him, but he did call out on the radio that he is going to the pits.
Take a look back.
Take a look at that.
Here in the 9th position, Zach Howell in the number 3. Check in on some of these drivers we haven't really talked about tonight. He's being passed on the inside by Colin Ullery in the 62, who's also involved in a wreck early on, trying to make his way back to the front. Got any battles going on? We do. We got a battle for 19th. Looks like, or them. The 23 car does not have a number on it. 23 of Travis White. Trying to make his way up to the front there. He is 1 lap down. We have 17 cars on the lead lap. That last car that's on the lead lap is the 88 of Michael Mooney, with a beaten Thunderbird there.
Very beaten. He was he was just involved in that last wreck. And I believe he was involved in the big one too. So he's already used his fast repair.
Looks like we got Adams here trying to make a break for the lead. 27 gets pushed up the track just a little bit, gives him enough room for Adams to go down low if they come off a turn 2. He's going to clear him and take the lead here. Everyone's on that low line. Nobody's up top with Trevor Shaw. JT Poole is going to follow behind Adams going into turn 3, take that spot away as well. He's going to lose. Oh, I thought he was going to lose another one to Christopher Garland at 21.
Oh, that's good. I'll sit there in 3rd place, and I call it the catbird seat. I actually don't know why they call it the catbird seat.
I've never heard that. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Never heard that. I'm pretty sure Darrell Walton said it all the time. Or maybe Larry McReynolds. I'm not sure.
Ron Giovo is... Oh, we got the...
Right there.
What is that? 91 of Ronald Sherlin. Tapping the outside wall coming off a turn 2. But what I was trying to say earlier, Ron Giovo in 17. Going to have a lap car in front of him. Andrew Himmelman. Himmelman's still trying to fight there. He is 3 laps down, unfortunately. Had a little incident involved under yellow. Blew his engine out.
But it does look like our drivers have settled down. They're in that single file line. They're settling in.
Starting to figure it out, it looks like.
Yeah. And just want to make it through this race. This is a points race. First race of the season.
As we see here, Trevor Shaw. Sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off there. Trevor Shaw looked like he was going to the outside. Thought he was going to take it away. Christopher Garland's got a little battle with him going on right now with the 48 of Matt Cherry. He's going to clear him on the high side there, coming off the tri-oval. Trying to make that...
Just stay into that outside lane.
Trying to make that top side work. It's just... It's not doing it for him.
Down the backstretch, it's working wonders. Now you can pump draft. It is very difficult, but it can be done. And right there, it shows it. You push up a little bit, but it gives you so much speed coming into the corner and off of that backstretch. It looks like Cherry's going to go back up there to give him that push again as they come across the tri-oval. And wow, so close to leading that lap for Shaw.
Yeah, we got a 4-way battle here. So close together for the lead. We got Matt Cherry in the 48 on the high side with Trevor Shaw in the 27 trying to make that line work, but the 21 of JT Poole and the 49 of Adams is making that low line work off the turns 1 and 2. Trevor Shaw is being scored in the lead right now. I don't see that happening very long as they go into turn 3, but if he can clear Adams, he can take that spot away, but that high line is just not working for him. But the nice thing with this battle going on up front is as long as these guys are battling, the guys behind them, 7th, 8th, 9th, they want this battle to happen. It gives them time to come back up there, kind of get a run going.
And they're trying to figure out which one they want to go to, top, the bottom.
Matt Cherry diving to the inside behind JT Poole there. Probably realizing that high line is not working. Trevor Shaw just doesn't really have anywhere to go at the moment. Doesn't really have much of a choice but to stay up front. So right on with JT Poole here.
I believe that Shaw would come down. Nope, I thought Shaw might come down in front of the 48, but looks like he's stuck to that outside line, and he's going to lose a lot of spots here. He might be able to fit in behind the 21.
The Pool just hanging out behind Adams here, going into turn 1s and 2. That's actually a nice camera angle. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but it's actually not bad.
No, it's great. You get to see everything. Oh! Was that Shaw that almost got the wall a little bit? I believe it was.
Looks like the battle for top 4 has calmed down just a bit. Kind of spread out a little bit. Trevor Shaw's finally made his way down to the bottom lane. See if he stays there and makes it work with Matt Cherry in the 48. Christopher Darling in the 21 is working on Stan Halsman in the 39, seeing if he can get around him. He's going to try for the high side.
I got to say that 39 pace scheme is nice. I like that green.
Yeah, not bad.
Chopped smoothly.
Ooh, 27 to Shaw right there. Got a little tight going up the track. Almost bumped the door of Matt Cherry in that 48. Managed to keep it down. That's the cool thing you'll see a lot with these cars is they get sideways. Like you will see them get sideways going into the turns.
Oh yeah.
There
it
is
looks
one
like
down. Oh, getting tight again.
So this front pack is about 8 cars pulled away. Got a nice battle going on for 1st through 8th.
Yeah, we
Not
got
much time separates them.
Shaw's making little work of Matt Cherry. He's going to go to the inside here. Cherry's going to be cleared.
Our first 8 are half a second away from each other. And then back.
T, I think, actually looked like he got a run for a second. Colin Ollery in the 62 getting involved.
I don't know much about the fuel window here. Oh, 48 to the inside of the Shaw.
Matt Cherry doing a little crossover on the 27 of Trevor Shaw there. Almost tapped that right rear. Or left rear, sorry. Now he's going to be working the inside of Trevor Shaw here.
Okay, so I'm listening to the radio, and they are... Oh, 27 is out of fuel. Coming down the backstretch.
Uh-oh.
So drivers are... As soon as I just started discussing and it started happening, sounds like 49 has 4 laps left. Drivers are discussing going to the pits right now. That's very unfortunate for Shaw.
Luckily he's going to make it to his pit, so at least he's not stopped on track. Because the last thing you would want is to get towed.
Yeah. But he's going to lose a lot of spots for that.
Puts Colin Orley up to 6th place. He's going to be working on Christopher Darling in the 21. Who's also right behind Stan Halsman in the 39. That battle's been going on for quite a few laps. Darlin has not managed to pass. Or maybe he's just holding back and just seeing what the leaders do. Doesn't want to get caught up in that. It's still early on. We're about to cross lap 40.
So it looks like next lap, some more front. Okay, so 49's going in this time. So leader will be pitting this time by.
48 of Matt Cherry's on the outside of JT Poole in the 21 here. Let's see if JT follows Adams. They've been together pretty much the whole race. They battle it. Oh, nice little move by Colin there. Just saw that out of the back corner of my eye. Got the 39 of Stan Halsman a little loose into the churn and managed to clear him on the backstretch.
Now these cars are much harder to get down into that pit lane and slow them down. The brakes are not as good as they are today.
Yeah, so it looks like JT Poole is going to follow Chris here. Chris is hauling. Oh, locked up 77 behind there. Managed to get in. We do have some cars on pit road currently, but the leaders will be coming to pit road.
The 4 drivers still on the track. Cherry is in the lead in the 48. Then 62 of Colin Ulrey and the 39 of Stan Hossman.
Yeah, Ulrey is actually challenging for the lead right now. Oh, getting loose mid-corner. Still there.
Oh, they stay out.
Cherry's gonna try and throw a little block down on the 62 of Colin. Ends up leading his lap. It is gonna put Adams a lap down as they come past.
Matt Cherry, I just heard him on the radio. He has the most authentic sounding radio. I didn't hear a thing he said. It sounded like he was in a car.
Ooh.
So I'm not sure if he's saying he's going to the pits or not.
Colin's working on the outside here, the 48. See if he can get him on turn 3 here. Turn 3 and 4 has got a nice little exit, but they are going to be coming up on a lap car, it looks like. 2 of them. Well, not now, but Matt Cherry is going to be going in.
It looks like the 60 out, so he will be your leader at the moment.
That's going to put JT Poole almost a lap down. JT's trying to stay alive here. He is the last car on the lead lap. 10 cars currently being scored on the lead lap, so he is going to be battling Colin here, as he definitely does not want to go a lap down when that caution comes out.
And we do not know the pit window for these guys, so I don't know the last time that the 62 pitted. So we will see. Looks like he's coming low, though. Could be just running his line, or... Yep, he is setting up coming.
Yep, he's going to be coming in. So the 51 of Paul Bilson, like he is on turns. He's coming off a turn. No, yeah, he's coming off a 2. He's just now entering the backstretch. Wow.
Yeah,
that is a huge difference. Let's see if Colin manages to get out on time. He might be able to secure. I'm not sure if Paul is pitted yet or not. But if he stays out, Paul will be the leader as he comes off of 4. But he is going to go in. Same with Bill Edwards in the number 50. So that's going to put JT Poole back in the lead as of now.
Well, not yet.
Colin's just now coming out of the pits. JT is just now coming across the start-finish line, scoring second right now. He's got a lap car with him, the 43 of Brian Snare. Is 28 laps down currently, working with Poole.
Colin is just out of pit road.
He's on the back
stretch, and he will keep that lead. Now, I was wondering about this because he was catching the draft of those two. That really helped him, but they're just going so fast.
Yeah, Poole's going 210 right now. Colin's just hitting 187. He's not going to be able to keep up with this draft here. And that's going to put JT in first as he comes across the line here. See how close the 43 gets. I think he's just going to keep this little bubble in between him and JT. I don't think he wants to get too close.
Yeah, but he also, at the same time... Oh, he's 28 laps down. So
yeah, he's 28 laps down. Yeah, so
at the moment.
So right now we have 17 cars on the lead lap, so 7 guys did get their lap back amongst those pit stops. JT Poole on the outside is coming across the 51, who was the last car that will be a lap down. Kind of working on that.
Actually still with Poole, so he is the winner out of all these pit stops, because he was not the leader when they all first started pitting, but he caught the draft just before he went to the pits, and that really helped him because right now they are 5 seconds ahead of 5th place, and 3rd place, and 4th place, and 5th place is 8 seconds back. They have a 3-car draft of the 21 of Christopher Darling, 49 of Mitchell Adams, and 39 of Stan Hossman. And then after that, it kind of meanders to one person by themselves.
It looks like Colin is finally gotten past that lap car. Lap car definitely made him work for it. He's still on the outside, though, JT Poole. Now, the outside works really well on the tri-oval. yeah, your car doesn't move around too much, and you actually retain a lot of that speed. But going into turn 1s and 2 here, he's going to lose a lot of that speed, and he's going to end up battling the 43. He's going to try and clear him, and he does. Oh, he taps the back end of JT Pool just a little bit going into that turn. We see them side by side going into turn 3.
So close.
It's trippy seeing two of the same cars.
Yes. A lot of petty fans.
43 is gonna hop off of that, but the 62 is gonna go down low. JT might be, nope, he's clear. Yeah, he's gonna be able to take this, but they are coming up on lap traffic right now. The 86 of Jeff Wyatt's just ahead of them coming across the screen. Hopefully they can get around these lap cars. Too much of a problem.
Now the question is, will they have to pit for more fuel? I don't know.
Ooh, 86 up in the wall there. Nice little love tap.
50 came very close to the wall.
62's trying to get on that quarter panel of JT there.
So close. So these two are keeping their distance. They're actually getting further away from third and fourth. They need a whole second.
Yeah,
So
they managed. Oh, here we go. He's got a nice little run going on the high side of JT here.
is he going to let him have it?
Yeah, JT
Yep.
just kind of let him have that one. He got a huge run off of turn 2.
JT might be thinking of conserving fuel, and I'm not sure what we're looking at here.
Let's take a look back here at Jeff Price. He is sitting in third place, the 14. That is a pretty big gap. As Matt Cherry and the 48 car is right behind him. They're going to be coming up on lap traffic with this 86. Going to take the high side going into turn 1.
And the leaders are in the middle of the backstretch at the moment, but they are in lap traffic. So far, it looks like they're getting through there pretty well. No issues. And it looks like we have 14 cars on the lead lap. The last car on the lead lap is the number 33 of Doug Neal, which they are catching him right now. And so that will be 13 cars left on the lead lap.
Yeah, Colin took away that spot from JT Pool last lap on the backstretch, so he's continuing to lead this. I think JT is probably just hanging back, like you're saying. Oh, 33 Doug. We've been seeing a lot of that. Everyone's earning their stripes.
When you are that lap down car trying to stay out of the way of the leaders, you get to the outside lane, and there's not much room to slide, per se. So when you do slide a little bit, you're kind of sliding straight into that wall.
Yeah, like you said, right in this camera angle here going into the turns, you can kind of see how little sideways these cars do get. There's no downforce on these things, so that back end slides out a little bit around that. Look at that. Crazy. These things are a lot of fun. If you have not raced the 87s and you have iRacing and you're like, I don't know if it's for me. I'm telling you right now, I said the same thing. And they're hands down my favorite car in the game. Like, I don't even care about the cup cars anymore because I feel like this is how racing is. This is how racing should have been. Should have kept it. I wish they would still have these styles, but obviously advancement, technology, and all that crap. Sorry, went on a little rant there.
I don't know how much you have followed NASCAR in recent years, but next year we were supposed to get a new car that looked very similar to stock that we have nowadays. Oh, and the Ford is off the grass backstretch. Looks like he collected. He's good, but it was supposed to be a new car, new engine. Things have been postponed.
Oh, 25 smacks that outside wall. He's going to go around again. Possibly he might bring out the caution here. Oh, he's going to flip. That's not good, but he managed to escape just in time.
I'm surprised, no caution.
I think it's because he managed to tow himself before it came out.
Yeah, that was wow.
Wow, we caught that at the right time. I was going to say there was a nice little battle with Matt Cherry in the 48 and Jay Adams in the 49 going on, and then we just happened to catch the 25 taking the outside wall. Nice little flip going on there. Jeff Price in the 14's in this battle for third and fourth here. Got a nice little pack as the leaders are kind of pulling away. There's about a 7-second gap between second and third. So Adams is... these guys will probably stick together.
It's now, we've got the 48 of Matt Cherry, the 49 of Mitchell Adams, 14 of Jeff Price, 39 of Stan Hossman, and 21 of Christopher Darling. So those guys together, if they could stay in line, they might be able to reel these leaders in, but they also have some letdown cars that are helping them move along too.
7 seconds there coming into turn one. They're mid of backstretch to kind of give you an idea of the gap there. But yeah, they do have lap cars helping them right now in the draft. And let's see. Once they get off of turn 4 here, I want to see what kind of speed they're gathering across the tri-oval in the draft to see if JT Poole stays in it.
202, 203.
Should be seeing about 210, 212 almost going into turn 1. Yeah, about 210 going into turn 1. You got to let off going into the turns because these rear ends will slide from you. And the crazy thing is, you won't be able to feel them.
Yep.
So if you're
now Legacy Daytona, you feel all the bumps.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you, if you are just tuning in, we're at Daytona International Speedway. It is sponsored by Simbox and Cantrell's Market. For the 70 laps going on here, the winner will be getting a Simbox button box. And for those who start the race in the series altogether, they do get put in a drawing for $100. And that's if you have to maintain the series. You have to stay in each race. So that is also going on with this series as well too. Wednesday Night Thunder. It's going to be a great series. We're going to I keep getting my series mixed up. We're going to I was going to say Dega because I feel like everyone goes to Dega after this.
I do want to say, Josh, really quick that drivers are starting to pit. People are starting to talk about pitting. The 27 went in because he was afraid he didn't want to run out of gas again. So Shaw is in the pits. 49 is coming in this time.
Shaw is in the pits again?
Yes, they're all coming in for fuel.
Interesting.
48 is coming in, so it looks like we're making our second round of green flag pit stops.
Yeah, but this is the longest run we've had, actually.
Yes. So it looks like next week, same time, we will be racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So that'll be fun.
Oh, Charlotte, nice. That will be a lot of fun.
And it looks like Poole went in, but not the 62. The 43 and Poole went in together.
Ooh, 49. Somebody hit the wall there. Not sure who that was. But this nice little group of guys are going to stay together as they come in for pit stops. Adams being one of them, has led quite a bit of laps here tonight. Finds himself sitting in 4th place after a massive accident with some lap cars. But JT Poole is in and out just like that.
Looks like they're all going for just fuel.
Yep. Adams going to lose quite a bit of spots, pushes him down to 6th place as he exits pits there.
Just across the start-finish line, and we will see who he puts down a lap as they all come back out onto the track. Now, in the race, they've got to come all the way around to the backstretch before they're allowed to come out of the pits. Right. They do get black flagged.
Yeah, you'll see everyone's coming off calling as lapped just
There's a wreck
about
on 3.
everybody.
I heard one of the drivers said there was a wreck. Trying to find it.
Like it was a 70. 77 is a little slow. Might be just going into the pits. Not sure. Colin is coming in now. So JT will, depending on how he goes, because he's just now going into turn 1 as Colin's entering the pits. So, if since he's just getting fuel, he may be able to retain that lead coming off the pit road with just 10 to go here at Daytona. Sponsored by Simbox and Controls Market.
I went back to see what that wreck was. He saved it somehow. The 77 was completely around, and he saved it just enough to turn it back around and get it down pit road. So that was what drivers were saying wreck for.
That 86 of Jeff Wyatt, it's going really slow. I didn't think he was going to make it to the pit box there. Trevor Shaw sitting in 7th currently. We do have 9 cars on the lead lap.
Coming out of pits on the backstretch. Let's see how far away he is from Poole.
About 4 seconds out from Poole.
So this is...
Yeah, Poole is going to pass him. Ulrich's only going 188. Poole's hitting 210 going into turn 3, so he is definitely going to be passing him, most likely coming out of 4 here.
I think he's got plenty between himself.
I underestimate these cars, the power that they have. It's crazy.
Yeah, and Colin has totally taken this race over. He was not in the lead 2 pit stops ago, and he pitted and was faster than everybody else. He stayed out longer, caught the draft of some lap cars, and kept the lead, and caught up with Poole, and they stuck together. And now it looks like it's going to be them 2 again.
Kind of all over the place right now. I just saw him off of turn 3. Going to be staying below that apron. He almost got a little, you know, it looks like he got kind of loose mid-turn to 3 there. Olin is going to keep this alive as JT Poole is catching him, only a 0.2 of a second off. Whereas last lap he was about 3 seconds off, so JT is definitely catching him right now. He's got a good run off of 2. Going to look to the high side, but stay behind him going into 3, knowing that he's not going to be able to make any sort of pass going into turns 3 here.
And we are approaching lap 63 of 70, so this race is winding down. Things are going to get a little more hairy. Moves are going to be made, and mistakes will be made coming to the closing laps of this thing.
Right now, Colin and JT are just running with this thing. Matt Cherry in the 48's about 4 seconds off the pace. But they got a 3-way battle with Christopher Darling in the 21 and Jeff Price in the 14. And then in 6, we got Michael. Oh, it keeps wanting to say Michael for some reason. Jay Adams is 11 seconds off, just now coming into turn 1. And you can see the leaders are just now entering 3.
And I do want to point out that that second pack, that 3rd, 4th, and 5th, have been shaving time off of catching those 2 leaders. They're down to 4 seconds back. Before that pit stop, they were about 9 seconds back. When they came out, they were 5 seconds back, and they've got it down to 4 seconds. So we'll see how this could play out.
Yeah, they got lap traffic right in front of them going into turn 1. It'll be interesting to see how these guys handle it. Those 4 cars in front of them are all lapped down. Probably more than 1, I'm sure, on some of those guys. So we'll see if this pack can get around them.
They have a huge pack with them back there.
Yeah, JT and them still running together. I just think JT is probably going to be holding off here, waiting for the perfect time to get around Olin. Because, I mean, with only 5 laps to go,
it is scary.
Yeah, being the leader with 5 laps to go is not an easy feeling, that's for sure. Especially when you have someone like JT Poole breathing down the back of your neck. I'm calling blink there just a little bit. You can see on the 3 and 4, JT was right on his bumper heading into 3. See if he gets any sort of run here. Colin does a really good job off of 4.
And that second pack has the lead down to 3.5 seconds, so they are trying to reel them in. They don't have many laps to go. They got 5.
Looks like the leaders are coming across the 46 here. Lap traffic is going to stay low for them. Continue to battle out. JT might be getting a run here.
Right.
That angle for a second made it look like JT got a nice little run off of the backstretch, but Colin is going to keep this lead coming off of 4. The last thing these guys want right now is a caution, and Andrew Himmelman.
Oh,
he's good. He might get black flagged for that. Not sure what was going on there.
But no caution. We're still
no caution.
4 laps to go. That second group is kind of lost some time. They couldn't get together right, and they have a lot of lap traffic in that group.
Yeah, so the main battle is going to be up here with Colin and JT Poole. Hopefully Matt Cherry, the 48, Christopher Darling, the 21, and Jeff Price can get it past those lap cars and try to get up and catch this front pack. I mean, there's 3 of them. They can definitely do it. Let's just hope they can get that clean air and head up there and get a little run going. But right now, JT is on that bumper of Colin Olery in the 62.
Make his move. That's what I'm wondering. He's letting him know he's there.
Oh, 87 is around in the back. I just saw it. 87 collects the 21. I don't know if a caution is going to come out. They're off the track. Oh, caution is out. Caution is out. And this is going to be very interesting. Yeah, Colin and JT definitely did not want this caution to come out.
What happened? Oh, it looks like, a lap car got in the wall and just, oof.
We go to
Christopher Darling.
7 here. Let's take a look at the replay real quick.
This changes everything. Two laps to go. I don't know if we will go green at all. Because we are under 87 rules.
Ooh, yeah. Cherry got a hell of a run going into turn 1 there. Bumps the back into the 87, but actually looks like a little bit further back.
A bunch of mess. I don't know what I'm saying.
Take a look. Let's go back to Cherry here. I want to say the 21 was involved in that.
So it looks like here they all hit the wall and there was that. I don't know what caused the caution.
I think it was the 87 right there bouncing off the wall collecting the 21, which is unfortunate because Darling was on the lead lap, sitting in 5th place when that went down.
So we're crossing the start-finish line now.
Yikes. E7 just nails that outside wall.
It looks like we're on the final lap. I believe that this is the race. We will not go back green.
Oh, there's no green, white checkers?
In 87, they didn't have green, white checkered, so...
Oh, yeah, true. Interesting. You know. Wow. Wow.
So it looks like, unofficially, Colin is going to be your winner with JT Poole in 2nd place, and 3rd place is going to go to the 48 of Cherry.
This is the top 5 as they run right now, and if it does finish under caution, this will end as your top 5. Hate to see it. with Poole. Had a run going, but again, you know, that's how it goes with these races. You don't want to. You wanna make the smart move, but you never know what's gonna happen. And with 3 laps to go and another caution coming out, unfortunately, JT Poole is on the short end of that stick.
And that is, you know, back in '87, it's a hard thing to come by. You know, they did race back to the yellow back then, but iRacing did not put that rule in here. But these races, unfortunately, can end under caution.
Is there anything happening on the radio with any of the drivers, or?
Oh no, they everybody's congratulating the 62 on his win, and radio was very calm tonight. I applaud all these guys. Nobody ever got mad.
Yep, so it looks like they are going to finish this under caution, so Colin Ullery will be your winner for the season opener.
Give him a
nice little victory bumps there with JT Poole and Colin. Love to see the sportsmanship. 01 coming up to congratulate the 62. Oh, okay.
Oh, oh, that's gonna be failing inspection.
Oh man, he is. He's gonna take a scenic route for his celebration, and he says he's not doing the grass today. He's gonna do the end of the pits.
More smoke.
That is your winner in the NSRA's season opener presented by Simbox and Cantrell's Market. What a heck of a race. They did a fantastic job.
How many cautions did we have? Did I come out right in this?
Oh yeah, let's take a look at the cautions brought to you by Simbox. 5 cautions.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed it right on the head.
That'll never happen.
14 caution laps, 12 lead changes. And yeah, I mean, what a night that was. Absolutely a blast. Wednesday Night Thunder. Every Wednesday night we're going to be doing these for the next couple of weeks. Do have a schedule here. It's going to last us until August 12th, going to Charlotte Motor Speedway next week, June 24th. 125 laps under the lights. Then Dover International Speedway on July 1st, 150 laps. Darlington, Rockingham's on there, Atlanta, North Wilkesboro. That's going to be a fun race in the 87s. Talladega, August 5th, and to round it out, Michigan, August 12th. So that is going to be a ton of fun. Especially with the way that we saw it tonight with everything. It's going to be fun to see these guys race on smaller tracks like North Wilkesboro, which I think might be the smallest track on here possibly.
Yes.
But Charlotte next week is going to be interesting as well too, because you do need to lift just as much as you would in the Cup cars there. So I'm definitely excited. You guys that tuned in, you got to come back next Wednesday. We're going to be doing this again. It's been a lot of fun. Again, huge thank you.
A lot of fun to watch in these cars because Charlotte is very bumpy in the middle of 1 and 2, and then coming off of the corner of 4. And I don't know if we're running the Legacy Charlotte or the newer one. I'm not sure, but either way, it's going to be bumpy.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, want to say a huge thank you to National Sim Racing Association, NSRA, for putting this together. Simbox, you can find them on facebook.com/SimboxPC. And like we said earlier, if you find yourself in Tennessee and you want to stop by Cantrell's Market, hey, help yourselves. Those are our sponsors for tonight. So a huge thank you to those guys for putting all this together and bringing us aboard for this series. We've had a blast. We love Daytona, and we're excited to see how the rest of the season goes.
So, Josh, how about we bring in our third place? I almost said winner.
Yeah, we got some interviews to do as well too. So go ahead and see if we got those guys. Try to get these guys together real quick.
Let's see.
That Cherry's in there. go ahead and get him up here. He's in our third place. All right, we got Matt Cherry in the 48, rounding out to top 3 finish. Not a bad way to go in the season opener. What was the plan tonight?
Well, I mean, me and Chris, we'd have probably been out there leading the race right now, but that first pit stop that we took under green, we took 4 tires, and the guys out front took 2. You know, I figured we would catch them, but it didn't. And that last stop we did, we took 2 tires, and we gained we caught up like 4 seconds on them, and we couldn't get there because of lap traffic. And lap traffic it was a big problem tonight. They was getting in the way, but it is what it is. It was a good race overall.
Yeah, so we were taking a look at y'all in that little pack in the back there. Y'all are doing a great job catching them and everything. Just unfortunately, caution comes out at the wrong time, leaving it under caution to finish out. We were hoping for a green white checkered, but 87 rules, that wasn't a thing. So I hate to see it, but y'all had a great green flag run going through. Were you involved? We saw a huge wreck early on in the race. Were you involved in that wreck? We had a lot of drivers.
Yeah, I think I was the one that started it. I think it was Jeff White. I think it was. I got into the back of him a little bit, and it upset his car. I don't think he could hold on to it, and he hit the leader and took them out, and I got sandwiched into the wall. But I own up on that one. That one was all me.
Yeah, when you're at Daytona, it's bound to happen. That's for sure. As far as the 87s go, I know a couple of guys were talking in Discord before the race. Have you had any experience with these cars? Is this like your first time in them, or have you raced these before?
Now I've ran several practice laps, but this is like the first actual race that I have ran in this car. It handles okay. I mean, like first couple laps, fresh tires, you really work the outside, but once you get about 5-6 laps in, I mean, it won't turn up there. You can't do nothing.
Well, we got Charlotte next week, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out for you. But hey, top 3, you can't complain there. That's for sure.
Now, yeah, Charlotte's next week. I got a feeling it's going to be very, very, very loose. A lot of guys, I know tonight, they were getting in a hurry. We had 70 laps. Next week, they're going to have to really take their time and be easy, because if not, all we're going to be doing is pacing.
Absolutely. Well, it was a blast watching your race, man. We can't wait to see what you do next week, and congratulations on that third place finish.
All righty, I appreciate it. I'll see y'all next week.
All right, Matt Cherry finishing out in third. Gonna bring
What
in
gentlemen.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You love to see it. The sportsmanship around here is fantastic. JT Poole is gonna finish second place after unfortunate caution kind of leaves him there. Can you walk us through what was going through your mind when you saw that caution flag come out, man?
Yeah, I was behind the 62 the whole race, and me and him were having a great run the whole time. I was just trying to stay behind him and wait to make a move coming, on the last lap, try to go to his outside, because the outside, whenever it's just 2 cars, it seemed to be the fastest. I was just waiting, and then I heard everybody saying that they're wrecking in 3, so I tried to go high, and it was already too late, and the caution came out. And no green white checkers. It sucks that I couldn't win. Glad I got pole. I wish I could have finished where I started, but that's racing sometimes, and that you got to deal with it. That was still an amazing race with that 62. That was really fun. I hope it's like that next week at Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte's going to be a lot of fun. Y'all did a fantastic job with the green flag runs as well too. So what was kind of the strategy once you kind of realized that this thing was going to stay under green? Did that change your pit strategy at all?
Originally, I think it was one of the first ones. Me and Mitchell Adams are gonna work together, and I was gonna come down pit road with him, and we did. And we pull into our 1 and 2 pit boxes, and he accidentally took tires. So me, I think 3 and 4 came out ahead of everybody, and we stayed green for the rest of the way, and Mitchell was stuck in the back. So originally the plan was just to work with him and try to get to the front with him. But then once that happened, we just started coming down pit road, only taking fuel, no right sides, because this new tire model is amazing. You don't get down to 12% after only 15 laps. I ran about, what is it, like 30 laps nearly, and I only got it down to around 78. It was really fun.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. I do believe also with the tires too, y'all had one set tonight. A lot of guys seem to be taking just right sides, but I'm assuming you took all four.
I only took tires once. I took all four one time, and that was really great because on that restart I was starting I think 6th, and I was able to go back up into 4th after one restart. And I was really scared early on in the race whenever I was leading, and we had that big one early on whenever me and then the lap car and Matt Cherry, I think they touched and came down and wrecked the whole field, and I thought that my race was over. And then I checked my pit and I see that I have a quick repair, and that really helped me.
Yeah, that wreck early on was intense. The lap car just kind of got in the way, it looks like, and just unfortunately, I do believe Adams was involved in that as well too. So quick repairs are a fantastic thing. We were scared that you weren't going to have any, and luckily it helped out.
There would have been a bunch of Terry Labonte cars at Bristol finishing.
I respect him because he was trying to get his lap back, but I feel like in that situation, whenever the whole field's that close together, I think you just have to drop back to the end. And I think mid-race they changed the restart so it would just go back to single file instead of lap cars to the bottom.
Yeah,
so that got a little confusing.
Is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors or anything like that, or?
I don't have any, but I mean, if there are any sponsors, I'll take any. But yeah, I'll thank my mom and dad because they got me Chick-fil-A, so that's
nice. All right, man. Well, we'll see you at
race food.
We'll see you at Charlotte next week, and hopefully you can bring home a win.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you too. Take care. Alrighty, and of course, our winner, Colin Olery. Hopefully I'm saying your last name right. I might have been butchering it pretty much through the whole race, but hey, caution comes out. You're in the lead. Run us through what was going through your mind throughout the race.
It is a mess. There's lots of crashes and lap traffic to dodge through, but overall it was a pretty good race.
Yeah, the green flag run seemed to be a lot longer than we were expecting, especially with the crashes early on. We were talking to Poole. Did that change any of your strategies going into this race after you kind of noticed it was going to stay green for a while?
No, not really. I was planning on just taking right tires and fuel the entire race. I took the left tires on one of the first cautions, and I was.
Well, we got Charlotte next week. How excited are you for that? Have you raced these cars at Charlotte at all yet?
Yeah, I did a small race there, and I hope it stays a lot cleaner than what it was today.
Yeah, we had 30 cars. Yeah, so 30 cars on the track. That big one that happened, I'm not sure if you're involved in it with the lap car early on in the race, but yeah, that took out quite a bit of people early on in the race, which was intense. It was a big wreck.
I got caught up in that and got into the wall, but I just used my fast repair and just stayed calm the entire.
Well, you take home first place, man. It was a pleasure watching you race. You definitely did a hell of a job, and we're excited to see what Charlotte brings along with you. Is there anybody you want to thank while you're here?
I don't think so, but thanks for having me.
No problem, man. We will see you next week.
Great job, Colin.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so as we finish out the night at Daytona, 70 laps under, Colin Olery is going to be taking home the pole, and he's also going to, not the pole, the finish. My brain's not working. It's already getting late for me. But he's going to go home with a Simbox button box. So again, like I said before throughout the broadcast, Simbox, we want to thank you, Camtrails Market. Huge thank you to you guys for sponsoring the race. we're excited to see how the series unfolds and see what some of these drivers can do. And we got a lot of exciting races coming up.
Yeah, I don't know which one I'm excited for most. This race was fantastic, and I believe they're only going to get better and more competitive as we go on. So I really want to see North Wilkesboro, but even next week at Charlotte, it's going to be a fantastic race.
Well, from everyone here at 10-4 Broadcasting, it's been a pleasure, and I hope you guys have a great night and you enjoyed some racing. We'll see you next week here, same time, 8 Eastern for Charlotte Motor Speedway.
9 Eastern.
9 Eastern, sorry. 8 is practice. 9 Eastern, I'll get it right, don't worry. We'll be here 9 Eastern, same place.